So before you started kind of breaking out and having a couple big games, were you at all like a little bit nervous and then relieved when everything kind of started to work?
Um, it was definitely, it was a trial. Every day I wanted to come in there to the dome, during practice, and try and do everything I can, try and make sure I have a great practice, and hopefully move on to the next day and have another great practice. And I just have to have faith that things are going to fall into place, and eventually things fell into place. I got a chance, and I'm still trying to make the most out of it.
Guess you were riding a little bit higher though, just knowing that you're like, oh man, I still got it. Like I can still come out here and
Yeah, it was definitely really nice seeing the fruit of my labors and all the hard work that I did kind of pay off at the end, and help get my team a W against Idaho State.
When did you get that last gear back?
I think I got it back probably during season. Just Coach Petrino and Coach Reeder constantly pushing me every day to get back to where I was, and I had no choice but to get it back. So I was just to go out there, do the best I can, and thankfully things just worked out.
Did it come back incrementally to the point where you almost didn't notice it, or was there a day in practice when, okay, it's there, I'm back?
It seemed like I was just running so much out there. I would make hard cuts every day, and eventually everyone would say things looked a little different, and I look a lot more like myself. But I never even realized it until I got to see myself on film during the games. Like, wow, I do look a lot more smooth when I'm running, and I look like my old self. So I guess it was very smooth for me.
running behind the O-line, Portland State versus Idaho State, what changed with those guys? Do you think it was getting Matt back, or
I think it was they rallied behind Colton, they rallied behind Coach Petrino and Coach Sink. They hate Idaho State, so that definitely helped a little bit. So they definitely played their butts off, and everything was just amazing for them.
What do you see from Cal Poly? What are they going to bring defensively?
Cal Poly is a team that loves running to the ball and loves making the big hits and loves going for the ball. So we're definitely gonna have to work on keeping the ball high and tight, because they'll definitely go for the strips. And we definitely have to keep our pads down, because they'll definitely go for the big hit and try to knock you down.
have any wrinkles? Do they do anything like exotic stuff that you don't see very often?
After coming off Portland State, every defense is kind of normal now. Portland State was the most intense defense that I've seen in a while. So Cal Poly is a very neutral, very normal defense that I think we'll be able to prepare for.
Did, in a kind of maybe an ironic way, did all that time you spent not being able to play football improve things fundamentally? What I'm thinking of, you really run, behind your pads now. Were you doing that before you got hurt or not?
I think it's just something that happens when you get older. I didn't really play running back until I was in high school, so I was pretty green when I came here, so I didn't really know that much about running backs playing the position. And I think with all the training I got with Coach Reeder and then the former running back coach, Coach Shue, I think I eventually just took to it, and now as a 21-year-old, I've been able to kind of grasp it.
So it's more a function of age than anything.
Exactly.
And can you, unpackage that a little bit? Some things that you have added over the last, even when you were out, were there, some things that you really honed in on as like needing, when I come back, like I need to stack this onto my game?
I definitely try to work on getting my pads lower and running behind the O-lineman. You'll see anytime I run the ball, I try and get behind the O-lineman so the defense can't see me. I try to focus on getting north and south a lot more. And I was a very shifty back in high school, but now I learned that sometimes you can't break them down. You have to just run over them. So I try to do that a lot more now.
Yeah, you're kind of a one-cut-and-go guy now.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think of the offense is maybe performing above expectations, and what maybe you think needs some fine-tuning at this point?
Right now, our offense is working like a well-oiled machine. Our passing game was incredible last game, and since it was so good, me and Nick Romano got a chance to add something else that they couldn't really focus with. It's either they focus on the run or they focus on the pass, and thankfully we hit them with both of them, so it was really tough to focus on. I think we were doing great out there.
From your perspective as a guy who's going through this, how useful was it to have that bye week now?
It was amazing. I couldn't believe we got, I think it was 2 days off in a row, and it was amazing. I was finally able to relax, ice my legs, and thankfully retone my craft so I can come back out here and do it again next week.
just with that big stable of running backs, with like all four of you guys, performing well in spurts, do you have any idea how that's going to be handled? Just play all four of you and throw them off guard?
Play whoever's healthy. Go out there every day, compete to get the most playing time, and whoever goes out there and has the best practice will play on Saturday. So everyone comes in there ready to compete.
So,
And again, you guys are coming into this game with some momentum. Do you feel like, okay, we got to take advantage of this? We've got things moving forward now?
I mean, momentum is such an incredible thing to have when you're on a football team, and I think that Coach Trino and all the other coaches are going to use this as fire to attack Cal Poly, and I think that we're not going to let this go to waste.
it seems against like the regional guys, like Eastern and Idaho State, you guys like kind of turned on another gear, but against a team like Cal Poly that no one's like really familiar with at all, how do you like bring that same kind of like fire to how do you stress that kind of a
I
thing?
think we just have to take them like any other opponent. We can't let Cal Poly go by the wayside. I mean, they're not Idaho State and not Eastern Washington, our big time rivals. So we're gonna have to see them as rivals this week, and we're gonna have to attack the challenge like they are our rivals.
Anything else?
Are you the kind of guy who notices what other backs are doing, opposing backs? Because at this team, probably the best thing they're going to do is run the ball.
Mm-hmm. I like to definitely study and see what they do well and how they beat other defenders. But I mean, it's really hard to try and model my craft after another running back. But I do definitely try and observe and see how they do things and see if I can add it to my repertoire.
But you are or are not going to be the kind of guy who's going, okay, I see your 5 yards, here's 8.
I mean, I'm definitely always going to try and do my best. That'll help my team out. And if they need 8 yards and they need 9 yards, I'll try and give them 12.
When you have seen those guys, do you point out to your defense like maybe some of the things that you notice, like, oh, here's a few of the little wrinkles that I see these guys running with?
Since our defense works really well during practice, anytime that one of the defensive coach sees a running back do something weird, they'll have a running back try and run the exact same thing on them, see if it'll work against them. And they have attacked this style of offense very well, and I'm going to be really excited to see them this game.
As a practitioner of the running back art, would you like to play in an option offense?
I mean, I'm open to playing anything. It seems like a really fun type of offense, and I never really got a chance to play in it, but I would definitely enjoy seeing what me and some other really good athletes could do in that situation.
All right, we all set?